Hello, I'm Miss Hope Springs and you're watching Brighton Lights on Latest TV. Isn't it wonderful?
Welcome to Brighton Lights. My name is Val Aviv. It's our 10th edition and we are here in the heart of Brighton. Brighton, home to 200,000 people, but a million dreams. Actor, fighter, womanizer, but all round a good geezer. We sent Sarah Diaz to meet with Franklin McCabe, director of 10 Men, the lives of John Bindon.
Now, if you ain't from South London, this will shock you. This is our little secret in that part of the world. The word was, Princess Margaret had been in for lunch, in the bloody pub.
I'm here with Frank McCabe, who's the artistic director of Two Bins Theatre Company. Hi, Frank. So, can I ask why you particularly wanted to write about John Bindon?
Lots of reasons. His life lends itself to drama really well. He had a fantastic life, incredible life, full of remarkable episodes. Lots of people have read the piece and have been to rehearsals and have said, but that didn't really happen, did it? He
also, as well as being known for being quite a violent person, he was known for having quite a few well-known girlfriends, is that right? The
big sort of affair of his life in sort of media terms was his liaison or not with Princess Margaret. So
John Bindon was actually well known for a certain part of his anatomy.
He was of a certain endowment, yes. He developed over the years a series of sort of party tricks which involved threading things along something, which is alluded to very strongly in the play. Yeah. Everything with Bindon, it's kind of shrouded in this cloud really of uncertainty. So that's been a very interesting process, actually trying to discover the truth. And I'm not sure we ever will, actually. Anyway, he comes over to me, grabs me by the arm, and pulls me to one side. I mean, this is on King's Road, mind. It's bold as brass. He says to me, "Mom has heard about your little advantage in life and would very much like to see it." Oh. Eh? The Bindon length? By royal command? Well, could hardly say no, could I?
10 Men, the lives of John Bindon, will be showing at the Open House from the 15th to the 25th of September. I've been Sarah Diaz from TheLatest TV.
Skint label boasts of artists such as Fatboy Slim. We sent Elena Saurin to get the exclusive on Skint's most recent discovery, a band who have powerfully redeveloped the synth pop sound of the early 1980s. And their name? Mirrors.
Welcome back on Brighton Beat, today with Mirrors. Mirrors follow the straightest of lines. Mirrors are parallel to everything and equal to nothing. Mirrors are minimally over the top. Mirrors are pop noir. Guys, thank you very much for making some time.
No problem, thank you.
You've chosen Brighton as your spiritual home.
Yes.
Why?
Well, none of us are actually from Brighton originally. I think we all just sort of gravitated towards it for sort of, I suppose, the freedom of expression and just the fact that it's such a cosmopolitan and vibrant city. I really do feel like it gives you sort of a free rein to do whatever you please. If you sort of wake up one morning and you put on a slightly wacky shirt and you look at yourself in the mirror and think, oh, I'm not sure, I feel a bit edgy today, you'll walk down the street and see someone roller skating wearing hot pants and suddenly you don't feel quite so self-conscious. So.
You've been praised left, right and centre. I couldn't come across a bad review. You must have been criticised.
We have
By
definitely
mistake,
been
maybe.
criticised.
What was the worst critic?
We get criticised quite often, really.
Yeah.
I think what we do sort of polarises people, because obviously some people think that the imagery and what we do and the visuals come across as quite pretentious and quite pompous. We think it just shows a little bit of initiative, personally.
Yeah.
But the thing that does scare us, possibly, is the idea of being considered derivative to some of the bands we get compared to. We like to think of ourselves as a contemporary band. We live in a modern world. We've all got iPhones and Blackberries and email, and just the things that are around us that we have to live through every day make us a modern band, we think. Plus there are production techniques as well, having that we've produced it ourselves in a modern way with modern compression and modern, I can go on, but that would be the thing that scares us anyway.
I think we've always evoked a strong reaction with people, like James said, whether it polarises people for the good or the bad, but I think it's always better to evoke a strong reaction, whether it be positive or negative, than no reaction at all. 2010
is going really well for you guys.
Yeah.
Very well.
Record deal, a new single, then in 2011 a new album. You're gigging all over the country and in Europe, supporting OMD.
Yeah, that's going to be amazing.
Well done for that. And you're coming back to Brighton on the 28th of August to audio.
Yes.
Headlining this time.
Yes.
That's correct.
Brilliant. How are you feeling about it?
Yes, it should be really good. We haven't had much of a time to sort of discuss what we'll be able to do differently for it.
No,
because we like to change our Brighton shows, make sure that there's something different happening each time. I think we've got a couple of new tracks though that maybe people haven't heard yet, so that'll be something. But yeah, it should be really good fun. We always feel that the pressure a little bit more in Brighton. We refer to it such a lot in interviews and as an inspiration, so yeah, it'll be exciting.
Well, guys, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
And can't wait to see you live.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Laura is a new play that was performed at the Brighton Festival Fringe in May by Brighton-based company Spun Glass Theatre, and this month it's part of the Edinburgh Fringe. So let's take an exclusive look behind the scenes.
It's not films as such, it's little moments.
August is Edinburgh Fringe Festival month, and we're here to talk to Spun Glass Theatre about their production of Laura that they'll be taking up to the Fringe.
It's a distillation of Tennessee Williams' classic play, The Glass Menagerie. In our version, Laura's collection isn't a menagerie of glass animals, it's these clips that she's filmed. The screen gets broken rather than the glass animal to represent the destruction of her romantic ideas. We've taken two of the characters and put them into Laura's world.
She's very happy in her world. It's a choice that she's made. The reality of another world entering her world becomes a tragedy.
I really enjoyed the personification of male brashness and bravado almost, and following his journey into quite a slow decline.
It examines basically this idea that romance can be a barrier to finding the truth of love.
Her perception of love is very different to Jim's perception of what love is. That becomes the real problem.
There is actually a dance sequence.
It starts off quite awkward and then goes into a very choreographed, quite theatrical piece, which shows our fantasy of how it could have been.
We've got a Facebook group, Spun Glass Theatre. We've also got a blog on Blogspot.
I think everybody is a secret romantic. She just takes it a bit over the top.
Now from one exotic location to another, we sent Andrew Kay to Havana to talk with the gorgeous Miss Hope Springs.
I'm here in Havana with the fabulous Miss Hope Springs.
Welcome to the carnival. I joined the circus long ago. I don't know how to do real life, but I can sure put on a show. Welcome to the carnival. love to play with fire without a safety net beneath. I used to dance upon the wire. Smoke and mirrors hide the fact. Behind the laughter there's a twist. Without my makeup on, I'm frightened that I don't exist. Welcome to the carnival. Don't you love a marching band? Life's a harlequin parade that turns to sawdust in your hand. Welcome to the carnival. Even clowns grow old in time, grow jaded with their faded act, as I have now become with mine. But if you really want me to, I'll fetch my feathers and my smile, and in the half-light act out happy endings for a while.
Miss Springs, may I call you Hope?
No.
You were last here in the 80s in the touring production of Mame. What's it like being back in the UK?
Well, it's changed an awful lot since I was here last, that's for sure.
For the better?
Well, I mean, we've got you had Margaret Thatcher in back then, and now you've got a lovely gay couple in the Downing Street, which is fabulous. And I think it's very, the British are terribly advanced. Welcome to the carnival. What you get ain't what you see. Despite the madness and the noise, there's no one here at all but me.
You must be way over 70 now.
I'm 39, Andrew. Everybody knows that.
So where do you perform when you're in Vegas now?
Well, I don't. There's nowhere to perform. It's all gone.
You were, in fact, engaged to Frank Sinatra, and that followed some very unhappy marriages.
Yes, well, thank you for bringing those up. I married the wrong men, darling.
Why were they wrong?
Mainly because they were gay. Otherwise, they were just interested in other women, not me.
There are stories of drug addiction, alcoholism, and serious points of mental instability.
One has one's highs and one's lows. And, one has to sort of sometimes self-medication is the route.
I believe you've also recently found God, and with it the Church of the Baby Jesus.
Hallelujah.
And Jehovah.
Praise be.
Miss Springs, how do you reconcile that with your enormous gay following?
I don't know. I think that Baby Jesus loves the gay boys too. I'm in a very special, all-embracing church. I'm actually a preacher at the church. You can come and I will preach for you. I do a special service on Wednesday afternoon with tea and cookies and Pinot Grigio.
Can I ask you a very personal question? Have you ever thought that you might in fact be lesbian?
Just because a woman is powerful and successful, people immediately assume she's a lesbian.
But there was the incident with Lily Tomlin.
Lily was stalking me. Everywhere I went, she was there just a little bit before I got there.
And is it true that your husband, Irving, has run off with all your money?
Thank God I've kept up the Avon selling.
And is that possible now you're living in a Winnebago on Brighton seafront?
Very cruel. Who is this guy?
Well, thank you very much for talking to me this evening, Miss Springs. It's been fascinating.
Thank you so much. It's been a thrill. Can I get another glass of wine?
God, she's a monster.
I'd like to start again. Sorry, I had my foot on the wrong pedal.
To start it within, beyond a place to begin.
That's all from us here at Latest TV. We'll see you all next week.
I can't win. Take me back to